It starts quietly. No one notices. You're 7 years old, looking into the eyes of a parent who's falling apart. Maybe it's addiction. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's just the empty silence of someone too broken to show up. And something ancient clicks inside your small mind. If I don't hold everything together, no one will. That's the moment a child disappears. Not physically, but emotionally. They start smiling more, crying less. They learn to read the room before they speak. They become the emotional thermostat of the house, keeping everyone calm, holding the chaos together. They become little adults long before their hearts are ready, and the world praises them for it. You're so mature. You're so responsible. You're so strong. But no one ever asks, at what cost? This is the invisible grief of those who grew up too fast. And the truth is, it doesn't end with childhood. It follows you into relationships, careers, even your sense of self-worth. Because if you don't understand what happened, you'll spend your adult life repeating the same survival patterns that once saved you, but are now slowly destroying you. When children are forced to emotionally support adults instead of the other way around. Psychologists call it parentification. It's when the child becomes the caretaker, the peacekeeper, the therapist, the protector. This doesn't just hurt emotionally, it rewires the brain. When a child is made responsible for regulating emotions, theirs or someone else's, it creates something called hypervigilance. You're always scanning for danger. You walk on eggshells. You learn that love is a transaction. I give peace, maybe they'll give me safety. You learn your needs are dangerous, so you hide them. You disappear, not physically, but emotionally. And in your place grows a version of you that performs. The good child, the quiet achiever, the therapist friend, the one who never asks for anything. You wear that mask so long even you forget it's not your face. But deep down, something aches, because the child you buried didn't die. They're still in there, whispering, "Why didn't anyone protect me?" As you grow, the patterns evolve. You might become hyper-independent, refusing help, pushing people away, never feeling safe in love. You might feel numb in happy moments because joy feels unfamiliar, undeserved, even dangerous. You might equate productivity with worth because resting feels like guilt. And worst of all, you might not even realize you're still in survival mode. When dysfunction becomes normal, your nervous system adapts. Chaos feels safe. Stillness feels wrong. Love feels like a debt you'll have to repay. This is what it means to grow up too fast. It's not just sadness, it's complex trauma. It changes how you see love, the world, and yourself. Why would any child take on that role? Because children will do anything for attachment, even abandon themselves. It's not a choice. It's biology. In the absence of safety, the child sacrifices authenticity for belonging. That's not weakness. That's intelligence. That's survival. But what once saved you now traps you. So many of us walk around as high-functioning adults with neglected inner children pulling the strings. We overachieve to earn love. We stay silent to avoid abandonment. We take care of everyone, secretly wishing someone would finally take care of us. That fantasy that someone will notice, will hold you, will finally say, "You can fall apart now." That's not your adult self talking. That's the child still waiting to be seen. The first step to healing isn't fixing, it's witnessing. Because until you acknowledge what happened, you'll keep gaslighting yourself with thoughts like, "It wasn't that bad. Other people had it worse. I turned out fine." But fine is a mask too, and you know it. Adults who grew up this way rarely feel safe, even in calm rooms. They apologize for crying. They flinch at compliments. They confuse exhaustion with success. They give endlessly, but never feel full. That's the cost of growing up too fast. Because when your childhood taught you to be strong instead of soft, quiet instead of honest, and to fix others while ignoring your own pain, what kind of adulthood do you inherit? A life where you're always holding your breath, waiting for permission to finally fall apart. But here's the truth. No one's coming to rescue the child you buried. You are the one who must go back and hold their hand. You're the one who must say what no one else ever said. You didn't deserve that. You were just a child. You get to rest now. This is the beginning of shadow work. Not fixing, not performing, not bypassing pain with positivity, but turning toward your wounds and saying, I see you, I hear you, I'm not leaving. It's not easy. Healing means feeling grief you never had time to feel. It means crying for the birthdays no one came to, mourning the innocence you lost, protecting people who should have protected you. But that pain, it's not weakness. It's proof that you're thawing, that what was frozen is finally melting. These patterns follow us into adulthood, quietly, invisibly. You become the therapist in every relationship. You're praised for your independence, but inside, you're terrified of being a burden. You overfunction, fix, manage, explain, and wonder why you're resentful. You can't say no without guilt. You confuse hyper-independence for strength. These aren't personality traits. They're coping mechanisms. Learned, practiced, and yes, unlearnable. But only when you stop glorifying your strength and start honoring your pain. Ask your inner child, what did I need back then that I never got? You might hear answers like, I needed someone to say it wasn't my fault. I needed someone to ask how I was. I needed to play, to rest, to laugh without fear. And slowly, you begin to give those things to yourself, not to fix your past, but to stop reliving it. This is how you stop seeking parents in more partners. This is how you stop confusing anxiety with intuition. This is how you stop running from the child you were and start becoming who you truly are. Carl Jung once said, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. People will do anything to avoid facing their own soul. But shadow work asks you to face it, all of it, the neglected, the ashamed, the scared, the angry. Because healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. So if you grew up too fast, remember this. Your maturity was never the problem. The problem was that you had no choice. But now you do. You can choose softness. You can choose rest. You can stop managing everyone else's emotions and start honoring your own. It won't happen overnight. There will be days you feel like a child again. Good. That's the point. Let that child come home. Let them cry. Let them play. Let them finally be seen. Because you're not broken. You're becoming whole. You never had a childhood, but you still have a future. And this time, you get to write it.